Can you hear my
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. Ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. Ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. Ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
What did you just do? What was that? Oh, okay. So we got some technical difficulties, but welcome everybody to another episode of Head to Head with Brian Parker. I am he. And we are back. We've been gone for a minute, but we are definitely back and glad to have you guys joining us either on the live or on the replay. We are streaming live and direct on Roku. We are streaming on Instagram. You know what? I don't think we are on Instagram because I don't think I went live. There we go. Let me just hit that little button there so that now we will pop up on Instagram as well as Facebook and YouTube. If you're joining us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, please do us a favor and help us reach our subscription goals by just clicking on that subscribe button. And please click the bell because it will always let you know when new content has been added. Let me just adjust that a little bit. There we go. So y'all believe I got a neck and everything, and I'm not AI. As always, guys, we love you tuning in. If you're tuning in live, take advantage of the live chat. Join us in the conversation. This is better when we're talking with each other instead of me just talking to you guys. Let me know what's going on out there with you. Let me see if I can bring in Lori. Let's see. Are you good?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. You have
Okay,
no
great.
you have no little technical gremlins over there, are you?
No, I just knew you just came on first and I wasn't brought on, but it's fine. I can always hang
Yeah,
out in the green
yeah,
room.
but the intro ended really abruptly.
It just played. It just played.
Hmm, hmm, Okay. So
Well,
what happened?
we'll fix that. Sorry. But yes,
Hmm
hey everybody, so glad to be back.
hmm And guys, you will see some different changes with the show. Not anything major. One of the biggest change that I'll say is the show will probably end closer to the top of the hour than running over into the 8:30 hour. We just want to make sure that we're being mindful of people's time. We're going to try to make the show a little bit more compressed. We're still going to talk about a variety of things, but a lot of things will ultimately involve the world of politics because that's what we want to be able to do is make politics um, relatable and real to people. I think a lot of times the reason that people don't really get into things is because uh, it's not a lot that they understand or they hear stuff and don't know what to believe and that kind of thing. And to be honest with you, just a quick aside about that with politics is that a lot of that is by design. People want things to sound a lot complicated so you don't pay attention. And now more than ever, you guys need to pay attention. Um, you need to know why we're in Iran. You need to know why gas prices are going up. And everybody that told you before about, um, if we drill more in America, the gas won't go up. And if we're more independent, then we're insulated from the global oil markets. And you can see that that's just a bunch of bullshit. But we'll get into that in just a second. But we're also going to talk about some other lighter things kind of going on too. So we'll mix it up a little bit. But again, we'll still try to finish by the top of the hour. Public announcement too. Look, if you guys are small business owners or you have a side hustle, something that you would like to promote, again, reach out to us at theparkermedia@gmail.com. I'll try to get that put up um, in just a second on the screen. But you can always email us about potentially advertising on the channel at theparkermedia@gmail.com. Remember, you advertise here, not only will we posted on the weekly show, but it will go up on the Roku channel as well as the YouTube channel. So something that can definitely help get the word out as far as your event or anything that you're trying to push out there to the public. Would definitely love to partner with you. Anybody out there too is a content creator and has um, short films or any kind of thing like that that they want to be able to post on a network. Our Empower Network runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, reach out to me. Let me know what kind of content that you have that you would like to be able to post. If it's a vlog, if it's a talk show, sports show, whatever it is. We do have our own sports show, but it's just specifically for the National Football League, and that is head to head sports that myself and Randall Hargrove normally do July through February. So in just about 3.5 months, we'll be ramping it right back up to get head to head sports going again for another long NFL season. Can't wait for that. So we'll get that going too. Yep. But if you want to do college football, you got NBA, you got baseball, love all of that. I don't have enough bandwidth to be able to run all of those shows myself, but I would love to be able to partner with anybody that wants to do it. If you want to stream it live like we're streaming live right now, definitely open to that as well. So please, again, reach out to the email on the screen, theparkermedia@gmail.com. All right. And, just give you a little flavor of what advertising looks like. I'm going to play one of our oldie but goodies, and then we'll get into the show. And that's going to be Jermaine Parker Realty. We'll play that ad spot, and then we'll be right back on the other side. Check it out. Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions that you'll make. Here at Jermaine Parker Realty, we're here to help you navigate through that process. We know that a home is more than just a place to live. It creates memories. Here at Jermaine Parker Realty, we're here to help. Give us a call and let us get started on your journey. All right, I'm gonna try something different too. So I know y'all gonna think this is gonna sound weird, but I'm going to try to see if this is going to work the way that I want it to work. Lori has no idea what I'm talking about. So check this out. Okay. This is block one. AI. This is block one. Now I did all that because I'm gonna see, because what I'm gonna do is cut the show up into different blocks and then put those different blocks as their own individual things on YouTube, Lori, as a replay. Instead of put the whole show up in one big chunk, take it in different chunks. First block that we're going to talk about tonight, and again, it's on the lighter note. Now we'll get a little bit more deeper, and over the next couple of weeks, we'll get even more deep. We got plenty of stuff to catch up on that's been going on, and a lot of it is still ongoing. So even though it's kind of been out there, it's not outdated by any stretch of the imagination. But Lori, what the hell, Chilli? What the hell, Chilli?
No. What the hell, Tristan Thompson? What the hell, Amber Rose? What the hell, Nick Cannon?
I was gonna get into that too. I see y'all tuning in. Noah Tunza Saloon. What? But no. Okay, yes. But let's hit up Miss Chilli first, because Chilli from TLC is having a little controversy going on because man, it came out that she has donated and followed a lot of MAGA and stuff like that. Now, look, if y'all not in the United States, MAGA is Donald Trump's "Make America Great Again" faction, basically his cult followers, and Chilli and TLC with the group In Vogue and Salt and Pepper have announced that they are going to start touring in the next couple of months. And when it was first announced, it was like, oh man, this is great. This is great. And then I think about a week later, Lori, all the information about Chili started coming out. Um, and look, we, I don't really care what your beliefs are, but be true to your beliefs. You know, if you follow Donald Trump, you donated to his campaign, then that's fine. Now, it can cost you because a certain amount of your fans may feel like that's even a betrayal. They may feel like that you misrepresented yourself or anything, whatever. Fans, I mean, people are free to feel however they want, in my opinion, Lord. But there's always consequences. Being canceled is real. People cancel people all the time for one reason or another. Hey, I don't agree with what they stand for. I don't agree with what they believe in. I'm going to choose to take my dollars somewhere else. And we all have that right to be able to do that. But what happened was is that when Chili got confronted with, hey, looks like you've been sharing some or retweeting or resharing, reposting certain things that would be offensive to a lot of your fans, instead of you sitting there and owning it, you go on all these posts about, oh, I accidentally pressed the button. Oh, I didn't know what I was clicking on. I didn't read the fine print. And you start going into all of this stuff, then it makes people look at you a certain way. Um, you're Once people can see that you're clearly not being upfront, it's just going to make them run for the doors even more. So, Lori, I honestly cannot imagine that TLC is long for the world with regards to the upcoming tour, because Chili is going to be more of a distraction to the tour than anything. The idea of the tour was to get those three groups on the stage together. They need to replace them quick, whether it's SWV, whether it's Escape, some other group from that time period that could easily swoop in, because the whole premise was they was going to kind of do like how Boys to Men, Tony Braxton, and New Edition are doing. They're going to be all up on the stage at different times, kind of performing each other's stuff together, kind of blending the performance together. Instead of, like in the old traditions, if you had a three group tour, somebody would be the open, then you'd have another, and then you have the headline. And they may still do some of that format, but I know a lot of that format was going to be them intertwined, whatever the word is. You know what I mean?
Intertwining.
Yeah, they're going to be intertwined together when they're out there performing. But I think they got enough time. They could find another group and get that in there, because honestly, I think Chili is going to be more of a distraction to the tour, and she's going to definitely hurt potential ticket sales, because there are a lot of people that are going to be adamant that, hey, I would go if not but for. And that is not going to really be fair to In Vogue. It's definitely not going to be fair to Salt and Pepper. And it's not really going to be fair to T-Boz, because anytime they have to go out and do promotions and things like that, what is the number one question T-Boz is going to have to answer? What's up with your girl? What's up with your girl? Yes.
Thank you for saying what you said and about T-Boz. I mean about Chili. But the fact is, and again, I do agree with you that you can be selective with your money and how you spend your money.
Hmm.
But the fact of it is, my issue with the whole thing is I needed her to just say, yes, I did this. The
Hmm.
whole big thing about I made a mistake and I did everything else. And
Yes.
the fact that she is supporting a man that is literally destroying the lives of Black women that have become unemployed since he has entered his administration. And even her fellow bandmate, T-Boz, who he is taking away against her health care is mind blowing. And then it's like for Salt and Pepper and Salt to make a statement, and again because she's on the whole, her and the Chili are on the holy roller rolls, talking about, it's okay that she's lying. No, everybody pulled up the facts. They pulled up the receipts. They pulled up where she donated her money. So
Hmm.
just stand in it and move on.
Yeah. Well, I think the initial reaction a lot of times is to circle the wagons, is to double down and hope that things will just go away.
She needs
Um,
a new PR person. She needs
well,
to write some PR
I,
person.
I bet you there is no PR person, and even a lot of PR people will tell you to just, well, what a lot of PR people will tell you to do a lot of times is don't say anything at all and see if
Right.
it'll blow
She
over.
shouldn't have said anything.
But even if she hadn't said anything, that wasn't gonna blow over because the internet was on fire. All she did was pour gasoline on the internet. She made it worse. Even if she, like I said, even if she hadn't said anything at all, it would be a story still today. But she poured accelerant on it and turned it into something worse because it was obvious that she wasn't being truthful. It was obvious that she was trying to do her own version of damage control, but she was making more damage than anything. She wasn't controlling the damage at all. Because once something like that is out, it's hard to come back from that. You brought up Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was doing I guess it was a podcast and he was in the truck
He
with
was
Amber Rose.
doing like a podcast where he was driving around with Amber Rose and they were talking about their thoughts on things.
Right. And yeah, and Nick at some point was agreeing a lot with Amber, talking about he wasn't with the Democratic Party, which again, that's fine. Even with Chili. Chili, if you are a Republican, before I even get into Nick Cannon, Chili, if you are a Republican, that is fine.
Own it. Own it.
But own it. If
Own
you supported Charlie Kirk, if you supported Donald Trump, if you support and follow a lot of the MAGA influencers, I don't care if it's Candace Owens, I don't care if it's Mark Levin, I don't care who it is. You follow Fox News, own it. But you doing all the backtracking is you acknowledging that you know that the majority of your fans are not there and that they may cease to be your fans. That's their choice. But let them make that choice based on something that's true, not what you want them to believe because you're trying to get paid. Because then what you're doing is you're insulting their intelligence, that they're too dumb to figure out the truth. Okay. Anybody, whether you're computer savvy or not, the buttons for the repost and the scroll are nowhere near each other. Um, so what you said just didn't make any sense. And then when they're posts from Byron Donalds and you're liking the post and it shows your name, Rosanda, it is, or as it said, the real Chili from Stone Mountain, Georgia. How many of those are there? Um, it's really, really hard. I tried to defend your ass at first. Um, but then all the
it. You
receipts
did
started
not
coming
sit
out.
you were shut down. Shut down.
All them receipts came out. I had to say, look, okay, got it. Now look, you ain't in no court, but you are in the court of public opinion. And the court of public opinion has rendered you guilty. Um, but again, if you're a Republican, Lori said something about not being able to believe um, somebody would support somebody that is anti anything about your race, your culture, the people that you work with, and all those kind of things. But I'll say to Lori on that is that has never stopped people from voting for Donald Trump. People that vote against their own self-interest, whether it's black people, hell, white people, the majority of white people. I'm not talking about the 1 to 2 to 3%. I'm talking about the everyday white person, blue collar worker that has a full-time job, might have 2 jobs, just trying to make ends meet, severely affected by what's going on in the economy, that will still support Donald Trump because of what one reason or another, even though most of his policies do not benefit them at all, actually hurts them as well. But because of culture wars or cultural differences that they perceive that they let Republicans put out there to distract them, they will overlook the fact that a lot of those policies um, go against them and will support him anyway. And we'll talk more and more about that too in the show. Well, Brian, what do you mean by that? There's a lot of stuff out there that black folks and white folks have in common, but they would rather you think that those are two different sides. And they have you looking against each other instead of looking at who it is that's trying to hold you down and hold you back. It ain't the other person. It ain't the brown person. It's not the immigrant. It's them. It's the elitists out there that are trying to hold you back. Wow. I feel honored. We're still in block 1 AI. We're still in block 1 AI. But let's bring on, let me see if he's ready because he dabbling a little bit with his camera. Because I want to make sure that we get a perfect shot of this fine specimen. All right, bring him on, Lori. Bring him on. Coming up to the stage right now is the owner of Jermaine Parker Realty LLC, the franchise. Mr. Jermaine Parker, how you doing, sir?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing but the rent.
Sorry, I've been fooling with my camera for the last 20 minutes so I just went to the laptop camera. So next
Okay,
week.
well,
Next
we
week.
can see you. We can see you. I mean, you got that big bright ass light in the corner, but we can see you.
Yeah.
It's the sun.
Well, you know what? No. Well, it's my ego. Let me turn it
Oh,
down a little bit.
Oh my God. It's not that bad. It's not bad at all. I just know, I mean, it's just noticeable. That's all.
it's
Is that a
sun is
ring light?
shining. Yeah, it's a ring light.
Damn. That's
How
a
about
Fancy over there.
that's a bright old ring light. I got 2 ring lights on me right now. I got one on each side of my black face. But it ain't shining like I thought that was
what?
Jesus or something.
Well, like say, so the thing is like, so I'm in my sunroom, which is,
Yeah.
all glass and stuff. And so
Mm.
it's fine right now, but in about 30 minutes, it's going to be dark and I'm going to disappear.
You gonna disappear?
I'm going to disappear. Not from the conversation, just from sight.
Right. I'm gonna be like, who put that fingerprint on the screen?
Yeah. And I'm going to have to be okay with it.
We're just gonna
Oh
get
man.
you a better cloak of invisibility with some bright lights
Well,
on it there.
the thing is that I have a Canon digital that I use for my webcam to stream with. And we've been off for some time, and I've actually I've taken my computer out of this room, and so this is the first time I've been back in here to set up and stuff. And if my life was less hectic, I probably would have had about 30 minutes prior to try to work out any bugs and stuff. But I'm here. I gave up. I said, I wanted to have my best camera with my best light and everything. I wasn't able to do it this week, but that's what next week's for.
You know what? That's exactly right. We started out the show with a new introduction, intro and everything, and I had it all loaded up, and then through halfway through, all of a sudden it just stopped and went straight to us live, and I'm like, okay, what just happened? Lori, did you see it play all the way through?
Yeah, it did, and then it just stopped.
Okay, because on my side, maybe you know what? Maybe I'm not used to it being that short.
Yeah, it's that short.
Maybe it caught me off guard. Okay, I thought it stopped.
No, it
Okay,
played.
okay. So I got to work on my timing. That's what it is. Okay,
Well,
That's all right.
so
I'll work on my studio. You work on your time. We gonna get it together.
we
We
gonna
gonna
get it
get it
together.
together.
yeah, we
Yeah.
like
If
like
if not, you can fire me like Pam Bondi.
Yeah, we
well,
definitely gonna get to the Bondi. We
well,
were
yes,
just talking about Chilli, and her backtracking, and right before you came on, like I was saying, I don't care if you're a Republican or not, even if you're voting your own self against your own self interest and things like that. But stand in your truth, own your truth. Don't try to gaslight your fans into believing that, oh, it was a mistake when it obviously wasn't. Because once you said it was see, the problem is when you leave a little bit of a string, people are gonna start pulling on it. So when you said it was a mistake, if that's all they had to go on, as unbelievable as it is, some people may believe it, a lot of people aren't. But then when more and more receipts started popping up about who you were following, who you were liking, who you were donating to, and all those types of things, it's the sum of all of it more than it is just the one thing that you sat there and tried to deny. Um, and like I said, it's really gonna hurt their tour if they don't remove TLC from it at this point. I don't see them if they go on with that tour, it's going to be handicapped because that controversy is going to follow them from one place to another.
Yeah, I to quote another panel brother, you said exactly what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna say it in a different way. Um,
Oh gosh.
No, absolutely. I'm with you. Stand by your truth. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. It's whatever it is. Just be that person. Be upfront about it. A lot of corporations donate on both sides of the aisle because they pick winners, not losers, and so they hedge their bets and stuff. As an
Mhm.
individual, it's a little hard for you to make that claim that I'm hedging my bets by donating to both. There's as an individual, there's very little unless you're a mega donor uh, 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 like a Mark Cuban or a multi-billionaire type donating that you want to hedge bets for. But then again, it's an interest in a corporation or a tax break or something like that. I'm just trying to buy political favor and stuff. As an individual like Chilli is, you donated because those are the people who were fighting for the things that you wanted, and just own it. That's it. I mean, she can say what Nick Cannon. You can say whatever you want to say, kind of thing. My only thing with Nick Cannon is that Nick Cannon for the last couple of years has been like the embodiment of Black enlightenment, right? From his clothes and stuff like that. And he comes and he's like, well, but I've got traditional family values. I'm like, Nick, you got like 24 kids.
Yeah,
This
and
world
there
doesn't
ain't
really.
no way. Well, the
You,
only part of that is he does believe in populating the world.
Well, he does, but that's not. But
Not with the same pride.
that's not the Republic. You can't say Republicans are my group, and I have I mean, no more than Trump can, I guess,
Right,
or a lot of
right.
these politicians who are multiple marriages, multiple kids, stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
And you go, those aren't your central Christian values and stuff. And so, and as somebody who knows so much, who inherently knows so much about Black people, or has at least portrayed himself to be an expert in
Well,
that.
Jermaine, before you finish that, you do know that Nick Cannon went to Howard University.
Yep.
You do know
He's,
that Nick Cannon graduated with a degree in African American studies.
well, that I didn't know.
Okay, but now,
I didn't know that either.
but now let that push out where y'all going though.
So
Well,
again,
but
to be somebody, go ahead, Laura.
oh, I'm so sorry. I was just going to say here, my issue with Nick Cannon was when he was just, and he has a tendency to do this every couple of years, spat out some facts that are not substantiated, and then try to creep away. So when he was basically saying how, he's the Democrats were part of the KKK, and I'm like, but you didn't get the whole thing.
he
You
ain't
didn't
wrong.
see
He
when the
just didn't put
party
it in
changed.
context. He didn't
Yeah,
put the whole context. He's not wrong.
no, he's not
He's
wrong.
not wrong,
He
but
just
it's
didn't
just a
put it
matter of
in full
you're.
context.
He just
Well,
is doing like highlight reels. Like I'm
well,
gonna get
there's
that point and go.
the thing. There are a lot of people who don't believe in the party swap.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe that happened.
Ask Strong
Uh,
Thurman and Jesse Helms.
As a child raised in North Carolina, yes, you know about Senator Strom Thurmond. I mean, Strom Thurmond, we had textbooks that were outdated by 20 years, and Strom Thurmond was still the senator in those books. So
It's true.
it's true. I mean, that's actually not a joke. There was no punchline
No
in
one
that.
joke. It just sounds
That's
crazy.
true. It sounds
Mhm.
crazy in the 80s because he was going back to the 60s, 50s. But the thing is that even if you were to say, well, that's the party that founded the KKK, what are their party line values now, and what are Republican values? Who's trying to ban books? Who's trying to actively remove African American history from every part of government, from museums, um, uh, from the White House, from everything? Who's against diversity, equity, and inclusion? Who sounds more clannish to you today, even if
Which
you believe that it started somewhere
which
else?
party is trying to keep up Confederate statues, and which party is trying to
Just
bring
trying
them
to
down?
take them down. Yeah, and so I mean, even
Which
if you don't
party is
believe in the
trying to
swap,
which party is trying to keep uh, 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 army bases named after Confederate generals?
And as a graduate of African American history, because I am one,
Mm-hmm.
not from Howard, but I got it from University of Albany. I was appalled when he sat there and he said that. But he has a tendency to kind of cherry pick these little things. And then you got Amber Rose in the car, and I'm like, why? Why?
well, we all know Amber has gone full MAGA, and that's fine. The real issue I found with Nick is that he has a platform, and so
Yes,
somebody with that big of a platform spreading misinformation is the only reason I
It's
even addressed
horrible.
on
it's
coercion.
irresponsible at the least.
Yeah, because there are a
Because
lot of people. There are a
if
lot
he
of
had
people who don't
provided,
read.
right, if he had provided the context to say back in the day before there was a party swap,
Hmm.
there were Dixiecrats, and explain that whole thing. You got to be able to give it the context. But there was still a difference that he still did not explain between the Dixiecrats, which were the Southern Democrats, and the Northern Democrats. The reason that the Southern Dixiecrats of anyway wanted formed all of that was is that they were against slavery ending.
Yes.
Hmm.
That was the whole premise, is they did not want slavery to end. But there were Republicans in the South that did not want slaveries to end because at that point, if you want to ever talk about bipartisanship, they were both on the same side of keeping their chattel property. They didn't want to let their property go. That
But
was the biggest thing.
but also Nick Cannon on his platform, with the shows that he has and the clownish coonery that he does and exploits every black as a black person. For you to then to sit there and again, you have your beliefs, fine, just stand on it.
Hmm.
Great. But it's just sickening. And I'm just like sitting here like you're on the episode of Wild and Out. And
Well, that's the thing. I mean, but he's an entertainer, and that's the thing too for us. Um,
Yeah.
what I believe, honestly, is that there's an educated population and an uneducated population, and the uneducated population doesn't want to be educated.
Right.
The people who understand the nuance of all these things, they can't be swayed by that kind of talk. The people who don't, which is the majority of voters on both sides, um, they just don't want to be educated. They
Yeah.
want to feel they want their feelings validated by what people say.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
whole thing about black people being evil or monkeys or mindless or super criminals and all those other things are based on feelings and hate and stuff like that. And people just feed them ideas, not facts, ideas to back up their feelings.
Right.
That's all this stuff is. And so, as far as Nick Cannon on a personal level, I mean, I could care less about what Nick Cannon has to say. He is not an authority on anything outside of entertainment. And he does very well in the realm of entertainment. And if you want to be entertained, go over there. And still, for this information, if you like to be entertained, please go over there. If you like to be educated, there are much better sources for education. Our public libraries are underutilized for a reason.
Yeah. Well, Jermaine, you say that, and that's true. There was a time when being uneducated was probably more of the fact that accessibility was an issue. Being uneducated now is more of a choice. To what your point is, if you're being uneducated about something, it's truly because you don't want to be, because there are just way too many sources out there now, especially in this country. There may be other countries where those aren't available to you to be able to source information and do those kind of things freely and things like that. But at least here, if you want to know, if you really want to know, it would have taken Nick Cannon to talk to an AI thing and pull it up on Google or his Meta glasses, to say, hey, Meta, tell me about blah, 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 blah. And Meta would probably educate you on that within 20 minutes. So that's definitely a thing. So we got Nick Cannon doing his thing. Whether it's Nick Cannon, you got Nicki Minaj out there doing her thing, turning people off left and right. But, another kind of thing that came out that really just tripped me out, Jermaine, I don't know if you saw this viral video from Drewski of him portraying a white woman. He never named who this white woman was. Never named her. But the right is having tears, everything that they've called Democrats as far as snowflakes and everything else. They are being triggered and having meltdowns over Drewski possibly portraying Erica Kirk.
You mean allegedly? Maybe we need to have a banner. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, possibly. He ain't never said who it was. He just happened to wear the same outfit that she had and be around the same pyrotechnics and all that kind of stuff.
Drewski is a little young for me. And what I mean by that is that I'm 50 years old, and that's like 85 South.
Yes.
A lot of the comedians who come up not in comedy clubs so much, but have become viral through skits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's honestly below
like Country Wayne, right?
Yeah, like Country Wayne and stuff. Even though I'm aware of these guys and I've seen some of their stuff, and I'm not to discredit them at all. Not the Richard Pryor. I'm an older dude. Like Richard Pryor was a staple. Sinbad, a little bit older. You go and get further and further. But from what I've seen and what I know of Drewski and stuff, this is not the first time he's done whiteface. He did this redneck character. But he makes fun of a lot of different things. He made fun of the black church. And evidently there was a pastor who, again, not named, but wore red bottom shoes, driving big expensive, the hypocrisy in a lot of black churches stuff. Every Republican accusation is an omission, right? Yep. And so, every time, oh, you guys are so sensitive. You can't. What about they just talk about comedy and stuff. But it's everything. And, you bring up Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk. When Charlie Kirk passed away, they were up in arms about anybody saying anything negative about Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
And then we have the president of the United States who tweets out last week
about Robert.
Yeah. And so disrespectful stuff, and no one says a word. And
right.
but they had just said, but it doesn't apply. And so they're a party of what's good for me, not for thee kind of thing. and so it's hard to take anybody seriously on that side who holds those uh, obviously public contradictory points. But for your thing for the Drewski thing, I thought it was funny. I mean, I
Mhm.
laughed. I did. I laughed
Hilarious.
too.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, now if he had done like a Charlie Kirkish impression and was talking out the side of his neck, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
not,
absolutely.
maybe not, maybe not, right? And but she's a public figure, just like
Yep.
any public figure, and you're open to satire. I think there's a show called Saturday Night Live that does it all the time.
Over 50
Um,
years.
so and the thing about the only problem I have is that there's so much AI and fake post out there and stuff. I don't know if Erica Kirk is really suing him or wants him to cease and desist, or if that's just something that somebody wrote out there. Uh, you
That's
know,
true. Hmm.
I don't know what the real backlash is from her. That I've seen all these things where she's getting her feelings hurt and tweeting out stuff. Maybe that is from her. Maybe it's not from her and stuff. I know Drewski's skit. That was Drewski. If it and I hit dog will holler. So if that is her, crying out, I like in that pastor skit. I heard the pastor responded to it. Drewski skit. He was like, "That ain't me," and then I saw some actual pictures of him. I was like, "Oh no, that was you." Um,
Mhm.
no,
Flying in
that
the
was you.
air.
Got him.
Yeah,
That was you.
We fucking got him.
yeah. So it's it's so appropriate. But yeah, I don't personally get the double standard of it all. I
Right, right.
get if you are on one side and you condemn it all, then I get that, and there's more sympathy to be gained from that. But not from the. It's funny because every time Trump's in office, you must respect the office of the president. When a Democrat's in office, what was it for
It's a
Joe
free for
Biden?
all.
Um,
Oh, fuck Joe Biden. Oh,
fuck
go
Joe
Brandon.
Go
Sleepy
Brandon.
Joe.
Go
Go Brandon.
Brandon.
Go
Go
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Um,
that was their rallying cry. Go Brandon. Even when it came to gas prices, stickers of Joe Biden on every damn pump. I did that.
Yep, I did that.
Now
Mhm.
gas prices average is $4.06 a damn gallon. You see any Trump stickers?
yeah, they actually started making some.
Yeah,
They're
they
selling
did.
them.
They did.
They
They
need to make
did.
one
It's
that I
on
posted
there.
where it said, "I ran that up."
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
did. They got some. I did that Trump stickers, just for the occasion and stuff. Again, we're talking about a populace that when we had COVID and people had to stay home and try to teach their kids and stuff, they couldn't teach them elementary school level work. But all of a sudden, they're economic advisors on LNG and oil exports.
And
And so,
doctors and
they're
medical
doctors
doctors and
Oh yeah,
medical.
and
epidemiologists and everything.
epidemiologists
Right.
Now they understand
and
how vaccines work and
yeah.
you know
So
make you attract metal and shit. I'm like, where did all this come from? If you was all that good, why did you graduate last in your class?
well, it's interesting too that
If you
these are the
graduate,
same people. No, these are the same people who don't want to talk to you, who think experts in their fields shouldn't be listened to. But people who, again, it's about feelings, not facts. And if you can say the things that confirm the way that I feel, even because this is like children. Well, I don't want to.
hmm you can't make
No,
me. Or the reason that I won't is because you're trying to make me,
you're
and
trying to
just
make
for
me.
that very reason, I'm gonna push away.
I think
It might kill you.
one of the things that we've pointed to here, and a lot of times when I've made arguments on here, one of the things I say, feel free to fact check me. And I don't mean by like going to a conservative podcast and getting a different
Mhm.
opinion. I mean like picking up a book. Um, and
Yeah. Do your own research.
I'm yeah, do your own research. Please don't. Um, no, mostly, I was talking to my eldest daughter, Kyle Lauren, and
Mhm.
she's talking about having to do a group project. And I told her, and I just seriously, I hate group projects. I've
Me
always
too.
hated group projects. Um, I don't work well in a group like that because most of the time you don't get to pick your group, and your group is full of idiots who are lazy and never going to do their part of work.
You end up doing
You end up
everything.
shouldering stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, and so I know that most people can't research,
Yeah.
can't properly cite their research, don't know what peer review means,
Right.
Can't go to a library and actually look for and attain the knowledge. Like I said, it's so funny because you talked about earlier, there's so much information available, but there's so few people looking for it. The idea of technology was that we would become like the Jetsons, where everything would be so automated for us, we'd have more time to think, create, and build and stuff. But what we found is that power does not want that vacuum to be filled with us learning more, because then we would take the power from them. If people were more educated, there's no way an NFL owner could come in and hold your city hostage for millions of dollars to build a stadium that we're not going to see the return on.
Mm-hmm.
If people were more educated, there's no way Duke Power could monopolize the way that they do and just raise rates and right into right into laws and their contracts and stuff. Even if they are sued and they have to pay out money, they'll just raise your prices to pay out the money to you.
Right.
So you'll pay yourself through it. So there's no reason to sue them, because they're never going to give you in their money.
Right.
If an educated populace wouldn't let a felon in the office of the president, they wouldn't be tricked into believing that a council of peace where's that money go? It's his money. And he charged the United States the $10 million fee for his council to join too. He is fleecing us in plain sight, and people are too stupid.
It's the same thing with the Venezuelan oil money. He has those going into funds in Qatar. They're not even going into the U.S. Treasury. So it can't even be audited and accounted for by the Treasury, because it's not in the Treasury. It's in a damn bank in Qatar. And and we don't want to believe that he ain't getting some kind of kickback or skimming on that.
An educated populace wouldn't have us where we are today.
Right.
We wouldn't be insolvent. We wouldn't be insolvent.
Well, it's funny because I think Pete Hedges said the other day, a regime that spends more money on weapons and bombing stuff. Dude, you just asked for $250 billion to do that.
Because I quote, it takes money to kill bad guys.
Yeah. Jason Bourne told me don't take a pen, a ballpoint pen, or a Sharpie, and I hear you get those at $5 a pop.
Jason Bourne. All they needed Jason Bourne to go over there.
MacGyver used to make every killing machines out of a paper clip, some string, and something else.
But seriously, like I say, so there's an educational problem, and this so I loop this back to our Nick Cannon, our Chilli, and stuff like that. We're not dealing with an educated populace. We're dealing with entertainers who are entertaining the populace. That's the point. That's what's filling our free time. It's social media. It's this entertainment. It's this mindless stuff that we watch that doesn't further us and stuff. It makes us more susceptible to come in and charlatans to come in and run our government and steal our money from us in plain sight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's been some terminations going on in Washington D.C. First, first we get Kristi Noem, who really just stepped all in it with the Department of Homeland Security, one of the biggest agencies out there, because they have so many agencies under them that they're responsible for. A lot of people think about DHS as far as ICE, Border Patrol enforcement, but there's also Secret Service, there's also Coast Guard, there's also there's so many groups that FEMA that she had to be over. And it's funny when they talk about DEI, because all these people got jobs that they ain't been qualified for, whether it was Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, Linda McMahon. It goes on and on and on. But Kristi Noem gets fired. Now Pam Bondi gets fired today. And then the funniest thing in between the two things is Kristi Noem's husband apparently likes to wear some big old titties. I don't know if you saw this, right?
His name's Brian, right?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
spells it funny, so I'm not going to claim that. Bryon. That's a
I just
different
know
way.
I just know him
Byron.
as Big Breasted Brian. That's all I know him as.
I called him Motherboat Brian, but yeah.
I know he needs to fix his nipples though. He needs to fix his
Well,
nipples.
yeah. Well, you
They
know what
look
he
a little
did.
lopsided.
Well, what they
They look
said he did
Well,
was
like
he
this.
took
they
them and
don't
moved.
always have to be they sometimes they're sisters, not twins.
That is true.
Right.
I ain't
So
gonna
they
say
look
I ain't gonna
like
say
it's
how I know that,
kind of
but
this way.
sometimes
Damn.
sometimes both sisters don't even grow up to be the same size.
Yeah, just just
Yeah, that's you could be smaller or
I
larger.
I'm here's the thing, because honestly, it's personally embarrassing. Um, well, I don't know how it is really, and here's the thing, because she's openly been having an affair with Corey uh,
Lewandowski.
Ludnowski.
Lewandowski. So obviously there's some issues in your marriage and stuff. So obviously, if you're over here, uh, you can't know everything that's going on at home when you're flying around on a government bought plane effing your assistant. Um, and if that's your, because quite honestly, if that's his fetish and stuff, I'm not getting on here talking about nobody's fetish.
No, I
That's your
got some.
thing. I got none. I got none. I got none. It's embarrassing for her because of her public image and stuff like that. Obviously, but the thing is, if you're a married woman who's been caught having an affair and stuff, I don't know how more publicly embarrassed you could be. I guess this would count a little bit.
Well, she's asking for privacy in this, and I was like, but the agencies that you were head over, you never gave them any privacy or no respect.
Here's the thing, and I'll say this about Christian. No, it's embarrassing. It's a private
It is.
issue. I you
It is.
know, I and the whole thing about and not that it's a character thing. I would give her privacy and stuff. Like we found out, okay, man, that's messed up,
I
but it's
mean,
not my
that's
house.
messed up.
But that's more of who I am, a reflection of who I am, and not who I want her to be.
Well, and
Mhm.
I think Jermaine, I totally agree with you. I think the issue that people have, especially with people from the right, is they will profess this Christian nationalism, this idea of what it means to be an American. But then when you sit there and see what they got going on in their own backyard, it don't line up with what they're saying.
Oh no,
And the
absolutely.
hypocrisy of it is the thing that, you know what, we're not here to judge Brian Gnome's kinks. People got plenty of kinks. If you like doing certain, you like to swing, you like feet, you like whatever, hey, do you? But that's the whole thing that they call the people that are woke. Oh, y'all can't do this. Y'all accept more than two genders, or y'all are accepting of this and this and this and this. And come to find out, you sitting there married to a woman and blowing out other dudes' backs and stuff like that. But you'll be the first one to sit there and talk about LGBTQ stuff. So it's like kind of going back to what I said about Chilli earlier. Be who you are, bro. Living your truth. But
Yeah.
stop sitting there crapping on other people that openly choose to do the same that you pass judgment on.
I wish there's a clip out there of this black guy, and it's famous viral clip and stuff. He's like, "I'm not gay no more. I don't like men's no more." Um, and he's obviously still gay, right? But he's professing his, I've been cured through the church and stuff. Um, a lot of these, and I'll say this again: every accusation is a confession, and
Absolutely.
so a lot of this stuff is self hatred. A lot of
Mhm.
these people are dealing with their own demons,
Mhm. Mhm.
and instead of dealing with their stuff internally, they think they need to make a public display. Well, I can't be gay because I say I don't like gay people. You know, and then you come find out, of course, this guy's got a boyfriend or
Hey,
whatever's going on.
perfect example. Mark Robinson did all that denying about him talking about all that stuff, and then he finally, yeah, he gonna
Let's go
sue
sue,
CNN. I'm
go
a sue
sue.
CNN for talking all that about me, and just because I
Yep,
support Donald J. Trump and not, and
yep.
then what
I'm a
happened?
sue.
Yeah, I know. Then what?
Well,
What ends up happening?
it's as soon as the spotlight was off of him and he was out of the race and stuff, he
Yeah,
admitted, "Oh yeah, that was me.
yeah, I
That was
did it.
me. I said all that stuff." And on
Like,
the porn sites,
but it
who
was like
leaves comments?
we knew you did it because all of that happened before really the internet was really a thing. Like
Hey,
nobody could go back and recreate
I,
that.
you know what? So I'm going to be, I'm going to be a hypocrite because I said I don't kink shame nobody, but I don't think it's a kink. Who leaves comments on a porn site under a video?
Bruh,
Who does that?
because that's not really a kink. That's just leaving a paper trail. That's
Fact.
crazy.
Who reads the comments?
That
Um,
part too.
I'm
Like
I'm
when you
worried about you.
yeah, because if you go on a
I'm
porn
worried
site
about you.
and you trying to read what other people are saying, are you really there for the right reason?
I'm like say I don't think everything's all right with you. If you're leaving and or commenting on porn
I
videos
mean,
on
did
adult
anybody
site,
ever
I
read
just
the
don't.
editorial page in Playboy? If they had one, I don't know if they had one. I'm just saying. But if they did, would anybody really read it?
I dove straight to the only thing I read in there was the jokes. That was the only thing I read in there.
No, they had in Penthouse. I think they had an editorial
Glory,
section.
I wouldn't know
They
if
did.
it was
My
under a
father had
nipple. If it was
that
under a
stuff.
nipple, I wouldn't have read it. If it was under a butt cheek, I still couldn't tell you if it was there. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but I know what a matte gloss finish look like. I tell you that. I know what that is. But so I'm ashamed him for that. You know, why would you leave a
Yeah,
comments, brother?
no doubt, as we
Your
should.
life is messed up. You,
Well,
I understand why he was so angry.
yeah,
Only angry people that dysfunctional would leave
yeah,
comments. But
yeah.
yeah, so just I mean, like I said, every accusation is a confession. That's why at this point I'm not as surprised that there's not more outrage about the Epstein stuff, protecting women because they always say that, but they don't want to. They're the same people that abuse women. They're the same people who say or trying who are on air trying to redefine the age of womanhood. Um, Lower and lower. Um, when stuff does come out, it doesn't look like Trump's a pedophile. Oh no, I mean, she's 13 years old,
Mhm.
bro. I got a 15-year-old, and she's taller than me. I would kill you. I and not like one of those Steven Seagal dramatic ways and stuff. I'm just gonna kill you. We're not gonna talk about it. You know
No,
what you
ain't
did
nothing
type
to talk
stuff.
about. We
Nothing to
did
talk
all the
about.
talking.
We did, yeah. You did all your talking, bro.
Yeah.
You have to. As soon as I catch you, you got to stop breathing now.
Mm, yeah.
No long. Who am
I,
I?
I almost ran into one of them situations a couple weeks ago myself.
Mm,
Yeah.
well,
When you said yes all your life, things like that hadn't happened. Private joke out there,
Yeah.
everybody. But listen, we we gonna keep it moving for this week. Like I said, the shows are gonna really wrap up at closer towards the top of the hour instead of the 8:30 hour. We're gonna give you a little bit more bits and pieces. We got plenty of stuff to catch back on, but wanted to get the show going back up again. Start on a little lighter note, but we definitely want to get more into what's going out there in the world of politics. I'm sure that by next week, Tulsi Gabbard will have probably been the next person to have been fired. That is probably going to be happening within 2 weeks. As well as, but I can assure you that we will still be in Iran by the time we have the show next week, unfortunately. And gas will still be well over $4 a gallon, if not over $4.10 a gallon. So we'll still have plenty of stuff to talk about.
I have no
But
idea what gas prices are.
yeah, well, yeah. See, there you go. Um, it's anywhere here in Charlotte, Jermaine, from $3.99 to $4.02. So yeah,
That's a damn thing.
that's a damn shame for somebody that has electric cars. But anyways, we'll wrap it up, but we will see y'all again next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching this on the replay, please still like, share, and subscribe, and we will see y'all again next week. Peace.